What's up guys, and welcome back to Salmon Run. Today I'll be giving you some tips on how you can become a professional and play like a professional in Salmon Run. If any of these tips you find helpful, please leave a like on the video and be sure to share it with your friends so they too can play like a professional. Without further ado, let's begin. Tip number 1. Ink the walls. I can't stress this enough, but inking the walls is the first thing you should do before every round starts. It seems like a silly thing to do, but I can't tell you how many times swimming up a wall have gotten me out of a tight situation. Inking the walls close to the basket is the best walls to ink, even if it's a wall you could just basically jump over. Now, it may seem like take a while, you have to ink the turf, your other teammates will be doing that as long as they see someone inking the walls. Tip number 2. Ink the base. Now this may seem like another silly thing to do, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen players squid bang after we just had a hard round. You only have seconds to ink as much ground as possible to help you and your teammates move around the map a lot better. Tip number 3. Practice using the weapons for the rotation of Salmon Run. There is a bunch of balloons that correspond with the salmonids that you will be going against in the real match. The small balloons are the smart fries. The medium balloons are the chums, which you will see a lot of, and the big balloons are the cohooks, the biggest salmonid you'll see. And finally, there's the very big balloon next to the basket. This is the boss salmonid. These balloons will show you what enemies you can splat in one hit or how many hits it would take to splat that enemy. Tip number 4. Don't be greedy. Just because you kill a boss salmon doesn't mean you should put all 3 eggs into the basket. Sometimes your teammates may come over and grab an egg. Don't get upset about this. The less time you spend in the area, the less chance you have of being overrun by enemies. And teamwork is the best thing you could do. Remember, there's only 4 of you guys. Tip number 5. You don't have to throw your eggs directly into the basket. Don't get me wrong, throwing your eggs into the basket is the best thing you could do. But when you are far away from the basket, the best thing to do is to throw the eggs as close to the basket as you possibly can. You can always swim to get the eggs to put into the basket later, or have a teammate collect the eggs and put them in the basket for you. Swimming back and forth between halfway farther down the map and then halfway close to the basket will take a lot of time. Usually what you want to do is throw 2 eggs, grab the third one, swim up, and then throw that egg into the basket, and then do the same thing to the other 2. Tip number 6. Teamwork makes the dream work. Now if you see a teammate struggling or is being swarmed by a bunch of salmons, don't be afraid to help them out. There's only 4 of you working together, and if one of you dies, that's a quarter of your team down. Worse, if both of you get taken out, then that's half of the team gone. Also, throwing eggs to your teammate means that you can meet the quota of the golden eggs a lot faster. While throwing eggs to your teammate, they can put the eggs into the basket for you while you go off and fight another boss salmon. Tip number 7. Use the special when you think things are getting tough. I've seen a lot of teammates spam their specials at the end of round 3, never to use them when we needed it the most. You can try and save it for round 3, which will probably be the hardest round for you. But if you feel you are in a tight spot, don't be afraid to use it. When it's high tide, the map hardly has any area to move around. I would definitely use a special because no matter what round it is, the map will get crowded of salmonids. Some bosses stay at the end of the map, like the flyfish and the stinger. Kill these bosses as soon as you can because they can be the most annoying bosses to deal with, especially when a lot of them have spawned in. But there's a lot of other bosses too that move around the map. These bosses are the steelhead, steel eel, scrapper, and moths. Bring them closer to the basket. Bringing them closer to the basket means you can put the golden eggs into the basket a lot faster and not need to throw eggs towards the basket, which will save you a lot of ink and a lot of time to get you out of tight spots. Tip number 9. Read the manual. Who reads the manual? If this is your first time playing Salmon Run and you have no idea what you're doing, the manual can tell you a lot more than any video can. He can tell you how to deal with different bosses, what to do on special rounds like the Mothership, Rush, Glowfish, as it's known in the community, or the Big Tornado. Plus, you can check out other communities on Reddit, like the Salmon Run community or the Splatoon community, and you can learn a lot more tips from them. Tip number 9. Practice makes perfect. Becoming a professional takes a lot of time to get to. This means you'll probably have a lot of games where you're going to win and lose. At lower ranks, Salmon Run can seem very easy, but don't let this fool you. Things can ramp up very quickly. No need to rush through the ranks. Take your time and see what playstyle best fits you. Are you someone who goes after the bosses and kill them right away? Or are you someone who plays as a lone wolf and help your team only when it's necessary? Whatever your playstyle is, these tips can help you become a better player at Salmon Run. And finally, tip number 10. Remember to have fun and collect your rewards. Salmon Run can be a great mode to play when you want to take a break from rank or turf war. Salmon Run can also be satisfying a lot of the time, seeing those rewards coming in, and can help you a lot out in competitive play. Getting duplicate gear can earn you a lot of chunks that you can put into your favorite clothes. Mr. Grizz does pay handsomely after all. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for the rest of the video. I hope these tips were helpful for you to help you in Salmon Run to become a professional. If you like what you see, please leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more Splatoon 3 playing gameplay along with Salmon Run, remember to subscribe, and I appreciate the help. Bye!